Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. This story takes, of course, a sequel to the original Wreck-It Ralph, and we find our two characters, Vanellope, voiced by Sarah Silverman, and Ralph, voiced by John C. Reilly. This takes place 6 years after the events of the first movie, and they've settled into a pattern of their best friends. And when they're not in their games, they hang out together and, drink and just hang out and generally have a good time. But Vanellope is a little restless, and she wants a little something different because everything happens is basically the same day in and day out, and she wants something different. And Ralph, trying to help and be the good friend that he is, he causes the circumstances which kind of forces them to be off on an adventure to basically explore the internet to kind of help them save their game, her game, Vanellope's game, and that's the basic premise of the movie. This movie, I thought it was really good. A great continuation of the first movie. It really, in my opinion, advances the story from the first movie. It's not just a sequel that just copies the original. This is a sequel that kind of advances the story, and you get taught a lesson in this movie and stuff. And the product placement is like out of control in this movie, of course, because it's the internet. So you have everything in here. You have eBay. I think I'm trying to think. Pinterest. Google, you just have everything in here. eBay, I said eBay. I think I said eBay already. Like Google, YouTube, you have just everything. And I think they even came up with a new thing, BuzzTube. But basically, they have to explore the internet, and they go off on this adventure to help her solve the game. And also, like I said, Ralph gets basically, both of them, I think, both get taught a lesson. Okay, they meet new characters in this movie. There's a couple of new characters in there, and there's specifically a character named Shank. She's a kind of a racer, and I didn't even know this at the time. I guess I knew it afterwards. That Gail Gadot was voicing the voice of Shank. I didn't even know that was her. And of course, Tara P. Henson is in this as well. And I guess again, like I said, you get introduced to a couple of new characters, but the main just thrust of this movie is the friendship between Vanellope and Ralph, and how it evolves and how it changes. And and that's again the lesson to be taught in this movie about how friendship evolves. Friendships are nice and stuff, but friendships ultimately, the low and lasting friendships, they evolve. They don't stay the same. And Ralph and Vanellope get taught that lesson in this movie, and I thought they explored it very well in this movie. Like I said, the comedy is hilarious. The animation breathtakingly beautiful, and the voice acting I thought was just great. Again, Sarah Silverman as Vanellope and John C. Reilly, they are the characters, and they just I love the I guess the on-screen chemistry between those two characters is just amazing to see. And like I said, you get introduced to new characters. Like I said, not Skank, it's Shank. That's her name. Not Skank. Excuse me, it's Shank, voiced by Gail Gadot. And I thought she did a really good job. Like I said, I didn't even know it was her. I didn't even recognize her voice, to be perfectly honest. And Tara P. Henson, she was another important character that helps them along their journey. Okay, and I thought she did a good job as well. And overall, I thought this movie was a nice continuation of the first movie. And again, like I said, it advanced the story. It didn't just stay the same. It didn't just copy what was good in the first movie, but it advanced it, in my opinion, and it made it really enjoyable. And I had a really good time watching it. And I think it's definitely a worthy sequel. And I can't wait for the next adventure of these characters. I love them. Anyway, I'm going to give Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought, again, kids can love it. Adults can, they get the jokes and stuff and the references in this. And I thought the comedy was good. And again, you get taught a lesson in this movie. The story advances, which I really enjoyed a lot and really made me enjoy this movie a lot. And again, 8.5 for me. Anyway, let me know what you think of Wreck-It Ralph 2. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please give the video a thumbs up. I have links to my social media in the description box, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. I also have a link to my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. And this is Trey Passer saying so long and take care.